The ancient civilizations of the Earth have remained silent for millennia, but they left a message for us to find. The astronomical clock at Giza, the curious remains of Pumapunku, and the true age of humankind emerging in the timeline of the findings at Göbekli Tepe. These remains are dating back to a time in history that is before any known technological breakthroughs. Yet, they are beyond current understanding as to how they were built, by whom and why, or what they even are. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built to such an over-engineered degree that it has seriously grasped the attention as to how it was built and what machines may have been available to a lost civilization who would construct something so complex that we couldn't replicate it today. Yet, the Great Pyramid of Giza was built to perfection as the biggest, most unbelievably complex megalithic structure in this region at the first attempt, and progressed, then regressed. It is almost inconceivable that a 4.5 billion year old planet only reached its pinnacle within the last 5,000 years, and perhaps these structures are telling us something about cycles and patterns that may have predestined the fate of the people who built them, and what that means for us. We are the descendants of a lost civilization. They were the ones who sought to build megalithic structures on the earth with stone that could not be moved and would not weather. So they would reach through the ages to tell us something very important for humanity. Their message points to the stars and is being deciphered in modern times. Armed with this understanding, the Lost History Channel is determined to help recover the history of our kind that was lost for so long. What it all means and what it is telling us about our future. We invite you to subscribe. Your journey starts here. Wait till you hear this. At 6, Men in Black. The Men in Black sightings went viral a few years back, you may remember. Basically, there were a number of UFO sightings in and around the Niagara Falls Hotel area. It made the local newspaper and gained a modest amount of attention. The events that were to follow made this event one of the leading incidents in modern times regarding alien beings on Earth. In 2009, two large figures dressed in black suits walked into the hotel looking for witnesses of the UFO report. The staff members who spoke to the two say they were overcome with fear at the very presence. They never blinked, their eyes were bulging, and they had no hair, not even eyebrows. Their skin was stony, almost rigor mortis-like. The two beings eventually left the hotel and the staff looked out the surveillance. The footage is still being analyzed to this day. What do you guys think? Is this the real-life Men in Black? In at 5, the miracle of the sun. On October 13th, 1917, approximately 70,000 people from all over Portugal gathered in Fatima. For many weeks, the news of the apparition of the lady and the miracle she promised to do had spread, and among the crowd were people from every walk of life and profession, upper-class citizens, engineers, doctors, notaries, and of course, journalists and photographers. Heavy rain fell. The three young visionaries, Francisco, Jacinta, and Lucia, arrived with their family members and they began to pray the rosary. At noon, with the rain still falling, Lucia gave the order to close the umbrellas and the crowd obeyed. Moments later, things brightened and those present noticed a white cloud moving around the group. Lucia asked, "Who are you and what do you want from me?" This time the heavenly lady said she was the Lady of the Rosary and she wanted a chapel built in her honor in that place. She told Lucia to remember to pray the rosary and announced that she would heal some of the sick present. After saying this, she opened her hands, which reflected the sun. Lucia cried, "Look at the sun!" The thick clouds had split open and the sun began to spin, change color, and dance in the sky as it gradually got closer to the earth. This was the miracle given that all would believe. No one is completely sure what happened at Fatima, but with over 70,000 witnesses, it cannot just be brushed to one side. Who was the being who appeared to these people and where did she go? At 4 on our list, aliens deactivating British and US nuclear missiles. It may sound like a Spielberg movie plot, but if senior US airmen are to be believed, this scenario is not science fiction.
They claim that since 1948, aliens have been hovering over UK and US nuclear missile sites and deactivating the weapons, once even landing in a British base. They warn our governments are hushing the activity up. The US Air Force is lying about the national security implications of unidentified aerial objects at nuclear bases. The former officer said he witnessed such an event firsthand on March 16, 1967 at Maelstrom Air Force Base in Montana. There's a strong interest in our missiles by these objects, wherever they come from. I personally think they're not from planet Earth. Number 3, alien message received. Do you wish that we show up? This is another of those messages, much like crop circles, that we don't really know where it came from. It was revealed by a French aviation expert who is said to have had encounters of the third kind since the age of 6. Basically, alien beings have asked humanity if we want to make contact. The full message can be found in the description box below. Let us know what you think. At number 2, Operation High Jump. In 1947, Admiral Richard E. Byrd led 4,000 military troops from the US, Britain, and Australia in an invasion of Antarctica called Operation High Jump. That is fact. It is undeniable. But the part of the story that is seldom told, at least in official circles, is that Byrd and his forces encountered heavy resistance to their Antarctica venture from flying saucers and had to call off the invasion. After the Soviet collapse in 1991, the KGB released previously classified files that cast light on Operation High Jump. A 2006 Russian documentary recently translated and made public for the first time, a 1947 secret Soviet intelligence report commissioned by Joseph Stalin of the Operation High Jump mission to Antarctica. The intelligence report gathered from Soviet spies embedded in the US revealed that the US Navy had sent the military expedition to find and destroy a hidden Nazi base. On the way, they encountered a mysterious UFO force that attacked the military expedition, destroying several ships and a significant number of planes. Operation High Jump had suffered many casualties, as stated in initial press reports from Chile at the time. The report exposes the first known historical incident involving a battle between US naval forces and an unknown UFO force stationed near Antarctica. Does that not just blow your mind, or what? And at number 1 on our list, the Turkey UFO incident. Everything we believe what the Greys look like can be seen here. The footage speaks for itself. It is not CGI or any kind of prop. Turkey has a long and rich history of unexplained aerial phenomenon dating back centuries. But between 2007 and 2009 in the northwest region of the country, a series of unusual events took place. Multiple strange objects were observed over the sea and witnessed by local residents. During that time, an important video was taken of something unidentified hovering in the sky at the same location. The footage we are showing you right now is of possible alien beings in a UFO. It is some of the clearest images ever captured, and it is neither military or private. It is completely unexplained. What do you guys think of the selection we have put forward here? Are there any incidents that spring to your mind that are maybe not very well known but are absolutely stunning? Let us know. We hope you have enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and remember, the ways by which we arrive at knowledge are hardly less wonderful than the discovery of these things themselves.